Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Crystal Lopez from crystalandcup.com, and tonight I'm going to show you how we make taco soup using turkey, ground turkey, okay? So let me tell you, for years I was not a fan of ground turkey, well, until just recently, so all my life. And I've started cooking with it, and guys, it is really not that bad, and it is a leaner meat and a leaner option for those of you that are looking for that. So I'm gonna show you how to make taco soup using this. We're actually gonna make a creamy taco soup. I have another taco soup recipe over on my site, crystalandcup.com, and I will leave a link to it down below. It's a great recipe that is totally manipulatable, can be manipulated, okay? So that's what we're gonna do here. The one on my site's a little different. It has corn, it has multiple different beans in it, it has ground beef. Switch it up, do it this way. Omit the cream. We're actually gonna put cream cheese in this one to make it creamy. We're gonna do different things, but anything can be adjusted or changed to your liking, okay? So let me show you how to make this. It is super, super easy, and I think you're gonna love it, okay? All right, guys, let me show you all of the ingredients that we're going to be using. We're gonna use 2 pounds of turkey. If you want it to be less meaty, use 1 pound of ground turkey. If you want it to be more meaty, this is actually 2.5 pounds of turkey. Use what you want, but the more meat, the meatier it's gonna be. The less meat, the less meatier it's gonna be, right? Okay, I'm gonna use 1 can of black beans because to me, taco soup has got to have beans. Now, if I'm not trying to eat lean, I will put 2 cans of black beans, 2 cans of pinto beans, and 2 cans of kidney beans. Now, that does make for a smelly after dinner, but that's okay. All right, we're only gonna do 1 can. The recipe over on my site has all of those different cans, and it has corn. I have a kid that hates corn. He's hated it for a couple of years, so I try hard to ignore the corn when I can, but if I was making this just for, if we were empty nesters, it would have corn in it. We're gonna do taco seasoning, okay? My favorite taco seasoning is this one, but it's almost all gone. I just have a little bit. This one is super, super, super chili powdery, like super. I got it at Costco. As I was grabbing it, the guy next to me said, don't buy it, it's not good. And the wife said, let her make her own decisions. I did, I regret it. I don't love it. We're gonna put some broth in there. If you don't have broth, then just do water. This is vegetable broth bouillon, that's what I'm gonna use. You could use chicken broth, beef broth, whatever you have, it doesn't matter. Garlic, I'm using this, not the jarred stuff. I'm using this, the jarred stuff. You can use fresh, you do you. A thing of cream cheese. We're gonna use olive oil because olive oil and garlic and onion, you can use a real onion or you can use these dehydrated onions, or you can use onion powder. This is kind of like the base to all recipes in my house, okay? All right. Then we're going to put in some ranch seasoning, amazing. We're gonna have salt and pepper to taste, okay? Salt and pepper to taste only. We probably won't need a ton, maybe we will, I don't know, we'll see. 2 cans of Rotel because it's awesome. If you, like, Rotel is a staple in Texas homes, okay? Let me just tell you. And then we're going to add in also some Greek yogurt. And yes, this does not taste terrible. I've acclimated my kids to where they don't even notice that we're not using sour cream, or at least they don't say much about it, and they're complainers, so they probably would say something. But we're gonna add some of this in there. You can do sour cream if you want. You do you, okay? And then we have some cheese to top it with. You could also top it with some limes and top it with some cilantro. Actually, I do have some dried cilantro in the fridge. Let me see. I sent my husband to the store. He comes back with all kinds of random stuff. I sent him for adobo. He came back with adobo and the cilantro. Okay, great. So I've held on to this. This is pretty good. We'll put some cilantro on top. Fresh cilantro is amazing, personally, but it's not a deal breaker. Don't feel like, oh, I don't have Rotel, I can't make this. That's a lie. Don't lie to yourself. Don't believe that. You can make it. Just adjust. It'll be fine. The way cilantro smells, but this really doesn't smell like anything. That's a little disappointing. Okay. All right. So I'm going to make my soup in. I'm going to put it on a medium-high heat. Okay. And I'm going to put in some olive oil. Just remember, this turkey is lean. It is not going to create a lot of oil, so we need to get some oil in here, okay? And actually I'm gonna do a little more than that. And let me tell you why. I've got 2.5 pounds of meat and These dry onions are gonna soak up a ton of this oil. So I'm gonna put these in here until this is fragrant. And real chefs may be watching, please don't judge me, real chefs. I'm just a mom in Texas trying to feed my family, okay? All right. Yep, my kid agrees. He is my attorney. All right.
And I am evil.
And you're what? Okay. Put in however much garlic you want. So when our garlic gets down to this much, which ain't much at all, I will put water in here. Yes, I'm gonna save this. The next meal that I make with garlic, I will take this, put a little bit of water in it, swoosh it around, dump that in, and that's how I'll get garlic to get the last little bit that's in here, okay? All right. So let me stir this up a little bit, and we're going to let this come together now. Okay. All right. Big knife. Not a must. All right, this is gonna move fast once it starts to come together. So I'm gonna go ahead and drain my beans now just so that once this starts happening, I can move quickly, okay? This is starting to, I can smell the garlic, I can smell the onions. So I'm gonna plop this right in there, just like that. Make sure the little paper thing doesn't get in your meat. I love this food chopper. If you've watched any of my videos, I use this anytime I'm making something with that's ground meat, ground turkey, ground beef, ground pork, you name it, this is what I use. Okay. So we'll start chopping it up a little bit and let it just kind of cook. And I'm going to go ahead and drain these, which I'm just going to use this little mesh thing that I have. Drain it over the sink while this is coming together and cooking. Taco seasoning. But that, my friend, is not enough. Well, how did I get into this last time? There we go. So what a bummer. This only has just the shaker part, which I love spice, but I'm telling you, this is some massive chili powder taco seasoning. Now. But the good thing is if it gets too spicy, all this creamy stuff is really going to help bring any of the heat down. Okay. And I'm actually going to go ahead and add a little bit of salt and pepper. Just salt and pepper to taste. And then, which we ain't tasting it yet because it's raw, but you know what you like. If you don't like salt and pepper, don't use it. I probably did about 2 teaspoons of taco seasoning. Actually, oh, well, there we go. Look at that. We learn something new every day. 2 in 1. That is pretty cool. Huh. What a happy mistake. So we've probably actually put, at this point, about 3 teaspoons in here. Okay, then I'm also going to add some ranch dressing. It is appetizing. It is almost time to buy more. Like the equivalent of a packet, an envelope of dry ranch mix. And you just keep chopping it up so that your meat gets chopped finely chopped. So this will last me a year. Okay, let me go ahead and open these as well. Now these, the rotel, I throw the juice in. The bean juice is just so starchy. I don't want it in there. It's one thing to do starchy water that is like your leftover pasta sauce, or I'm sorry, pasta water from where your pasta boiled. But it's another thing to do a can of juice that your beans have been sitting in for, I don't know, a couple years in the can on the shelf. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Okay. If you only want to do 1 can of tomatoes or 1 can of rotel, then only do 1 can. Browning really well. Okay, so we've used a lot of this already. These are trash. Honestly, I should probably throw the ranch stuff away. This can go in the fridge. Pantry. Serve this with some tortilla chips or cornbread if you are okay with cornbread. I love sweet cornbread or Mexican style cornbread. I actually have a recipe on my site for some Mexican style cornbread. I'll try to remember to link to that. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and open this up. If you put the cream cheese in here, once you put the broth in, it will take a long time for the cream cheese to kind of melt down. You'll be here all night, or you'll be here longer. This allows it to melt really quickly. Okay. We're gonna add in our beans. Okay, and then I'm going to do, you can either take your water and your bouillon and mix it up in here, or I'm just gonna dump the water in and then add the bouillon paste in there. So, you know, you could do 4 cups of water or 4 cups of broth. I'm probably gonna do 6. I don't like my soup thick. I don't like this soup thick. Let's see how that is. That was 4. Oh, it's looking real, real good. All right, that was 6 cups. Look at the, you can see all the seasonings from the Rotel and from the ranch dressing there. Popping up to the top. I need to add to my grocery list. I need ranch when I do my big month grocery haul, and I need bouillon. Bouillon? This is a vegetable. It's so much cheaper to buy it this way than to buy it in the boxes or the cans. Super creamy. All right, this is coming together. Yum. I'm gonna add some cilantro. Each bowl we're gonna top with cheese. You can top it with more sour cream. I'm sorry. Plain yogurt. We're fixing to add the yogurt. We haven't done that yet. We don't want it to dissolve and break apart too much, so we'll get there in just a minute. I feel like I'm talking to a kid. In just a minute. And then I'm going to top mine with avocado and some tortilla chips, a little bit of tortilla chips if you want that. I'm going to turn the heat down just a bit, and I'm going to turn it down to low, and while this finishes cooking, I am going to cut up the avocado and pull out the cheese, or the cheese and the chips, and as we get closer to the end, right before I serve it, I'm going to add, since I've got 2.5 pounds of meat in here, you'll typically, for a pound and a half of meat, you'll do 3/4 of a cup. We've got more meat than that in here, and so that seems like a fair amount of yogurt. Did I call it sour cream again? I'm so sorry. Okay, let me find my avocados. It's working. Oh, look at that, how pretty. Super pretty. What's up, Luke? I love taco soup in the winter and in the fall. I know that it's not, we're at the tail end of summer here in Texas, but honestly, I could eat this anytime. are yummy. I get these at Sam's. I also like blue corn tortilla chips. Clearly, I'm not totally. I'm going to add the yogurt. Now that it's not boiling anymore. Okay, here it is before I add anything to it. And then we're gonna add some cheese on top. You could do another dollop of sour cream if you want to. I'm gonna do, I love avocado. How yummy that is. Oh my goodness, so good. I can't wait to eat it. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Or you could eat it with some cornbread. Very good. Oh, very good. It's spicy. That one taco seasoning is spicy.
Hey, Mom.
Super good.
I want avocado and then we'll smash it up.
All right, guys, there you go. That is how quick and easy and simple, easy, simple synonyms. That's how quick and easy dinner is. We are done. All right, we're gonna have dinner and finish up tidying up the kitchen and getting everybody ready for bed and all those things. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Bye.